Hey, so I wanted to address a question, actually a statement that's pretty common that I came across in a conversation. And it was in regard to this idea of burning off calories. Now, let's understand that whenever we perform a movement, of course, we're expending energy, like we're going to use energy, and that energy comes from food. And much of what we eat can be calculated in the form of calories. Much of what we take in can be calculated in that way. And it's a manner of being able to monitor, but just in one aspect, or to collect information about, but just in one aspect about what we're taking into our bodies. But what is more important is the type of calories that you put into your body. So, yes, if you have three times, four times the amount that your body needs in regards to calories on a regular basis, then yes, that is going to have a negative impact on your body. You won't be able to utilize all of those, and usually it'll result in um, excess of body weight and have a negative effect on your joints and organs. However, I'm speaking of maybe the concept of maybe you've seen this T-shirt, something to the effect of "I work out because I like to eat," or I see this a lot at where at marathons where people wear this shirt, "I'm doing this because I like to eat such and such," or that sort of idea, to where it's this type of food that isn't healthy, really something such as junk food, a harmful type of food, and the statement in relation to that harmful type of food would be, well, I'm exercising so that I can have this. Even if you look or have been in gym facilities for any period of time, you know that around the holidays or maybe Thanksgiving morning or some sort of a holiday morning, that individuals will come into the gym, and some of the conversations will consist of this concept that I'm doing this so that I can eat what I want, which is very false, and is actually one of the harmful concepts that exist, that could cause an individual to abuse their body in just for the sake of being able to eat something that they have in a drawing or an addiction or a a propensity to go towards, or have in excess, this desire to be able to have something that seemingly satisfies you in that moment, satisfies your mood and your taste buds or the environment, something emotionally, that it brings you a type of feeling or mood, and you want to have that. However, in whatever amount that you choose to. And that how you counteract that is by exercising, and that the exercise you do will burn off the calories. Well, let's clarify how we utilize something, whether or not we use it or misuse it, has to do with how we see it. And with this concept, it reveals that we're seeing food as a means of just me having what feels good, me having what I want, or what my go-to is, and that exercise is being viewed as a means of just burning these calories off, so that your body doesn't have, or you think that your body doesn't have the effect from these calories. I've also seen this concept when, like I said, in the area of abuse of exercise. Well, if you're not acknowledging, if the only focus you have for exercise is to burn off calories, well, you're going to neglect what your body is actually going through, the stressors it's going through, and you're not going to address the recovery that it needs, which is what food is for. Food is not for comfort. Food is not just to have. Food is not just something you have for a particular event. Those things are in addition to the main reason of food, and that is to enable our body to recover and to heal and to perform. What you eat is going to affect how your body performs and how it recovers. And that recovery is also a building block for how your body's going to perform in the future. So, take for example, children, which the obesity rates and diabetes rates have just about doubled over the past few years, over the past decade, I mean. And it goes back to this idea of misusing food. Food is for recovery. Food is intended to supply you with energy, and then it gives you a building block. So, this increase in bad health circumstances with children is associated to this idea of just using food based on how you feel. And so, I wanted to speak on this to bring some sort of clarity and understanding that let's see the food for what we first need it for, and that is for the recovery of our bodies and for the building blocks that we need. If I need a certain type of substance to build a home, say I need bricks and mortar, but I say, well, I don't have it. Let me just get some peanut butter and uh, some cookies, and I'm going to build the house with that. Well, what's gonna take place there? The house is not going to serve its purpose, and that's what food is for. There are foods that we need so that our eyes can continue to function at the efficiency that we need them to function, so that our energy levels are sufficient enough to where we're able to perform and interact, to have enough cognitive abilities to be able to express and to hold conversations and to be able to comprehend. Well, if your foundation is built on junk food, well, then what's going to happen? Those things are not going to be able to develop. You won't have those things accessible to you. And so that's why it's important. The food that we eat is for energy and recovery, and they're the building blocks. And take a child, for example. That child is eating these foods that are then not just going to build their habit in relation to these to how they relate to food in the future, but it's also building their structure. That's their skeletal system, their brain, their organs. All of these things are being developed based on what they put in. So they're going to be at a deficit of what they need if they don't get the proper nutrients. And so just wanted to encourage you today to do a perspective shift. Of course, there's going to be times, that maybe, oh, I want to try this or taste this. But I've found that things are really in balance when we're honest about what we're using something for and we're really questioning why we're using that particular thing. And so you cannot burn off, exercise is not to burn off calories. Exercise is to ensure that your body can function the way that you need it to function. And guess what? Those joints, those muscles, your blood flow, all of that is affected by the type of food that you put in your body. So if you have a certain amount of calories and you say, well, I only have this amount of calories, I've calculated how many I need, but I really like the way this particular food and drink tastes. So I'm not going to have these other foods. I'm just going to make sure I take my calories and utilize them for what? And utilize these calories with the thing that tastes good and feel good to me. What's going to be the outcome? What we have now, an increase in high blood pressure, an increase in memory loss, an increase in even injury performing exercises because the body isn't recovering. You're just trying so hard, or the individual's trying so hard just to burn the calories off. But that's not the purpose. So let's do a shift, see the food for what it is, and then enjoy it in a manner that is going to enable you to stay healthy and to get stronger and hopefully live a little bit longer in quality. So I hope that was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon with some more fit tips.